Wow, today is the last day of school. What a crazy year it's been. I am so excited for you guys to have a wonderful summer. I wanted to send you a little video. Usually I send this on a piece of paper and it might look a little different this year, but I always encourage families to do some things over summer. I hope this motivates you. Parents, you can grab your children to watch this video or you can watch it on your own. Really, I just want you guys to have some little tips and tricks to get ready for first grade. Okay, summer is a great time to enjoy that time away from the computer. Return that Chromebook to DPM today. Get away from your computer. Just try to take a break if you can. I know how much that screen time is getting to all of us. And enjoy letting your child guide your day with their wonders and their curiosity. And let's get started. Okay, first off, play outside. We all know how good the sun is for us in the fresh air. It also promotes wonder and curiosity, gives them something different to look at. I know some of us are in apartments and that doesn't give us as much space, but try your best. Get out on that balcony or that patio. Go for a walk around the neighborhood before the sun gets too hot outside. And just try to get some of that fresh air. Okay, this is where I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I say all the time. Read not just sometimes, but every day. It is so important to growing your child's vocabulary, their love of books, and it really is going to it's going to put the icing on the cake as they're learning to read between this year and next year. It's going there's so many studies out there. I'm not going to go ahead and regurgitate that information to you, but they say the more that a child reads or is read to, it's going to boost their vocabulary, which helps with their reading, writing, and speaking skills. So it gives them more access to words that they wouldn't have heard otherwise. Now, reading can look different each day, or you can just develop it. You could develop it however you want it to. We do reading before bed. Oftentimes, that's our most time to sit down and read, and then we add on to that throughout the day. So, I would say have your child read to you. Read to your child. Have your child read to somebody else or a pet or a stuffed animal. You can also have your child just look through picture books. It doesn't matter if necessarily the words are being read to them all the time. That's a big important part. But just building that love of reading can look like looking through a book that you guys read the night before and having to rethink about what happened in the story. That helps with comprehension skills. So there's a lot of different ways you can read. Okay, learn to tie shoes. Kindergarten, oftentimes we're bending down and tying shoes for kids. Now you're getting ready to go into first grade, and it's a lot better to have that skill for the children to stop and tie their own shoes because it gets a lot more fast paced in first grade, and teachers prefer kids to know how to tie shoes. Now, there's also a lot of germs and germ exchange that happens in tying shoes. For instance, shoelaces touch bathroom floors, shoelaces touch everything. So we want to make sure that kids are learning to tie their own shoelaces and washing their hands when they're done. Get good sleep, okay? I know my class normally didn't start till about 11 o'clock, but that means that a lot of our students in my class have learned to sleep in or have already slept in. Not all of them, but a good portion of you guys do. So that's great. But towards the end of the summer, I want you guys all to start practicing going to bed earlier and waking up earlier because I'm not sure exactly what next school year will look like, but a lot of the kids will be starting at this point, or a lot of the kids normally start at about 8 o'clock. That means that kids need to be up, dressed, fed before school starts. And I'm telling you now that a lot of my students really struggle with that at the beginning of first grade. And they also are really tired by the end of the day. So starting that practice now is going to be good for them. Start it when you can, okay? Encourage healthy eating. What that looks like, eating healthy yourself, feeding your body with as much nutrients as you can. It helps students get you guys are their role models. So eating as healthy as you can helps them eat healthier. And we all know how important that is for our teeth. We know how important that is for our brain. We know how important that is for our body. Eat healthy, drink lots of water. Get them to drink their water, okay? Cook together. Cooking is a great way to practice a lot of math skills. We can measure how many cups we put into something. We can talk about, 1 cup is smaller than a quarter, or 1 cup is larger than a quarter cup. Things like that will help them in the long run. We do, in a way, start talking about fractions in first grade, believe it or not. Very simplistic version. So cooking together really helps them get that knowledge that 1/4 is smaller than 1 whole, and it will transfer over. It's also a great time to spend quality time together. Okay, this is new this year. I don't normally talk about this, but practice good hand washing. Look at all those bubbles. I mean, come on. So we really want to get our kids washing their hands really well, because next year we're going to need them to be able to wash their hands really well. And this is a good time to talk about not touching your face, not putting things in your mouth. We all want to do the best we can to be in school as much as we can. So whatever we could do to slow the spread of germs, that would be fantastic. Sing and dance. Okay, we know dancing is good for exercise, but we also want to sing. Sing helps promote, again, that vocabulary. It transfers into reading, writing, and speaking. And it could be music in the car where you're singing together. It could be music at home. Go Noodle is still available on YouTube. But whatever you want to do, it really helps boost their language skills. Okay, play games together. I was sitting there doing Monopoly with my son the other day, and we were rolling the dice, and he's automatically adding numbers together now. The addition is becoming more fluid. It's becoming more fluent with him. So if he was going to take, he rolled a 3 and a 2, and he automatically knew it was 5. So when you think about how those games are not just affecting how much time you spend with your child, which is fantastic. Always, always, always encourage that time with your children. But it also is helping their math. It helps their counting with 1 to 1, which hasn't been something that we focused on for a while, since that was towards the beginning of the school year. It helps teach some social skills, taking turns, being patient, that it's okay to lose, that you don't always have to win. So there's a lot that goes into playing board games. There's a lot that goes into playing sports. Play any sort of game together that you can. Okay, I listened to a podcast not too long ago that talked about the importance of giving your children chores. And chores are not just to make it so that you have less to do, which tell me is actually really nice, because sometimes chores are actually more work for us when the kids are this age, because we have to make sure that they're doing it, and sometimes it's easier to just do it ourselves. But I want you to take a step back and encourage them to do their chores, to do a chore too. It might be feeding the pet that you have at home. It might be wiping down the table after a meal. It might be cleaning up their room or their toys. Whatever their chores are, it helps with a couple of different things. It helps them learn to take care and ownership over their things, or your family pets, or the kitchen table. It also keeps them a little bit busier, and I lost my train of thought. It also helps build those independent skills. So it was easy to see kids that are used to taking care of their own stuff at home. They can keep all of their supplies in order at school, and so everything transfers. So make sure that you're teaching them to take care of their own stuff at home. And it gives them a little bit of confidence. That's what I was going to say. That confidence is important. They need to be able to have a sense of ownership. Like, look what I can do. Look what I did. So I'm a big supporter of giving children a chore or two. Okay. Encourage imagination. Talk, read, get them exploring. Ask them I wonder questions. Don't always give them the answers. Ask them what they think. Okay? Encourage creativity. This can be in the form of painting, drawing, building. We love to build forts at my house, or to do Play-Doh, Legos, anything that helps that creative side. Okay, listen. As a parent, I know all too well that sometimes we're trying to do 10 things in 1 minute, and we can forget how important it is to just stop and listen. Um, but it is important, so make sure you're listening to your child. Okay, practicing and teaching social skills is going to look a whole lot different this summer than normal. So think about all of the kids and the social interactions that we did not have, like the kids and social interactions that your children are normally having throughout this last trimester, and it's gone now. There hasn't been as much need to share. There hasn't been as much need to be patient, because there might be only one or two kids at your home, or maybe a couple more. But at school, sometimes they have to wait, and they're the 26th person in line. That means 26 other kids need a turn before they get it, or 25 other kids need a turn before they get a turn. So make sure that you're talking about patience, talking about gratitude, talking about taking turns and sharing and how other people are feeling. That's going to be important moving forward for all of us. Okay, guys, that's it. I just want to say I hope you have a wonderful summer. I enjoyed teaching your children so much. I can't wait to see their faces again, and let me know if you ever need anything. My email address is at the beginning of the video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping to listen. Bye.